Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review. This is episode number 52, and this is reviewing the 52nd episode of Boruto, Naruto Next Generation's Sasuke Shadow. I had to restart it because I had my mic plugged into the wrong port. So this episode does feature Sasuke, but I will get to that toward the end of the video. Now, the episode starts off with picking up a little bit, just like sort of rewinds back toward the end of the previous episode. Where Team Konohamaru are in the mine, and they pick up right where about I'd say the last minute of last week's episode. Should I say like the stone with the 9 circles, circle with 9 small circles inside of it, and we see Team Konohamaru confronting the White Zetsu. They briefly defeat it with a device the Hidden Leaf scientist gave to Boruto, which, looking at it, it's a stun grenade. Yeah, it's a flash grenade, which I didn't expect to see that in the Naruto franchise. A flash grenade, because there's a big blinding light, and that blinds the White Zetsu. So that was a little ball that the Hidden Leaf scientist guy gave in the previous episode, which I gotta say that is ingenious to invent in the world of Boruto. A flash grenade. That's actually a real life device, but from what I know about it, it's not in the shape of a ball. It's probably something else, but a flash grenade. That is interesting. And of course, White Zetsu gets away, and of course, Konohamaru gets wounded during the battle. He does explain to his team what this thing is and who Kaga Osen is, though they do also show footage of stuff that happened during Naruto Shippuden. First time they ever actually shown footage of it, like showing off the 100,000 White Zetsu, and they even show up Kaguya for the first time in the series. Yeah, she was referenced in the last episode. This time they kind of show an image of her, but it's pretty much, from what I can tell, the same image they showed in the film The Last, which I will talk about that in a minute, because there is something from The Last, basically, seen in the post-credits scene. So, they go off and they find this giant bud, which apparently this whole place was a factor that created the White Zetsu. Initially, Boruto comes with this really cool idea of them working together to take down the White Zetsu. And Konohamaru doesn't mind the plan. He thinks it's a good plan, but he rejects it due to the fact that they're at risk, and plus they're Geni. He's a Jonin. But then Sadara comes. Sadara kind of basically sort of objects to his orders and says Boruto's plan is actually a really good one, that we should work together and stuff like that. And they do eventually work on a plan, and Boruto uses his shadow clones. And also, I should point out, White Zetsu knows 3 jutsus. He knows wind, lightning, and fire. And the 3 people who deflect those attacks when they come at him, like Mitsuki deflects the wind attack. When he deflects the lightning attack, which not surprising because he knows lightning moves. So Boruto knows the same thing. He deflects the wind jutsu with the Gale Palm, which I think his mom probably taught him, because I don't think that his father taught him. I think his mother taught him that move, because that's like Hyuga clan move, Gale Palm. Which, okay, that's interesting. And Konohamaru was the one who used his Fire Sword Jutsu. He was thinking, okay, Sara's in Uchiha. Is a member of the Uchiha clan, though she's one of 2. Does she know Fire Sword Jutsu? As far as I know, no, she's never been taught it at all. Yeah, she's never been taught the one that Sasuke knew at the first, and there's stuff with Sasuke later. They do eventually defeat it with the Rasengan, which is the 3rd time in the series that the Rasengan has been seen. The first time, which was during the Battle of the Sexes back in episode 6, that was the first time was seen. The second time, I kind of forgot to mention, this was actually at the end of that 2-part arc, which was the Team 7 First Mission arc, which Konohamaru used in that particular thing just to spook off the leader, the main villain of that arc, which I barely remember this guy anyways, and he uses it again to take out the White Zetsu. Though Boruto does give him a kunai to him with some lightning juice, which does stick inside of him, and it does kind of pierce his skin. And Sadara during the first battle did throw some kunai into the White Zetsu and does affect him. In certain spots, I think he's vulnerable, but apparently this White Zetsu was a combination of 3 different ones. Oh yeah, and it was also trying to absorb Baruto's chakra, but that didn't work. And after they destroy it, they go forward and they come across more of these things, like what looks like. Now, I remember this from Naruto Shippuden during the final season of the show, during the second final season, where these people in bandages. It kind of reminds me of the during the 20th season of, well, Naruto Shippuden season 20, when everybody's wrapping these bandages. Now, initially put, these creatures, these things, people were supposed to be made into White Zetsu. Yeah. Now, in Naruto Shippuden, they were under the Infinite Genjutsu. The Genjutsu that Madara basically sort of enchanted at partway through season 20, though it got undone by Naruto and Sasuke by the end of the season. But it's similar to that, but it also kind of reminds me of what Kage was up to during that flashback arc, basically kind of explaining a little bit of what led it to her basically becoming with the woman she is. And then they come across another area, and it turns out there's more Zetsu, but they were defeated by Sasuke off screen. Yeah, then afterwards, after they see the ugly black flames, which apparently Sasuke is the only one who can control them, which kind of does make sense because even though Sadaru, yes, she has the Sharingan, she doesn't have the type of Sharingan that Sasuke has, so it has to be Sasuke because all the rest of the Chi are all dead. Yeah, they're all dead. So it was Sasuke. It was confirmed it was Sasuke, and Konohama does mention. Now, Boruto does kind of know about Sasuke. He doesn't know much about him aside from the fact he's Sadaru's father, but the way that Konohama describes him sounds like he's an awesome guy, and this kind of plants a seed for the next arc, and, well, for Boruto becoming his disciple, which that does happen in the film, which I've heard they're going to keep that in the actual, follow-up arc. And then at the end of the episode, Naruto shows up, though as a shadow clone. Though he did show up in the previous episode. But it's nice to see Naruto. And apparently this whole thing has become hush-hush. So they can't tell anybody about it. But this probably can't stop Boruto from telling his mother that he actually fought one of the creatures that she fought during the last Great Ninja War. At least Sadaru knows what happened during the war. I think that Boruto must have skipped out on that class. But who knows? And then we get to the post-credit scene. I will talk about the opening credits and the post and the credits, the actual credit, the post credits, the ending credits. I will talk about that soon. But I gotta talk about this post-credit scene. Okay, our Rasengan portal opens up, and here comes Sasuke for the first time in 30 episodes. He's actually made an appearance in the series, and also 2 of the 3 villains who actually going to appear as part of the next arc do kind of make an appearance. So one the main villain does, you see him briefly, and you hear his henchman off screen, and they do show the moon. I've got to point this out though, it's still got a giant crater on it from the film The Last. Yeah, I'm kind of like, okay, so was this postcard saying making a nod to The Last? In case you didn't see The Last, if you're wondering how that big crater got there, watch the film. It happened during that film. So, yeah, if you want to know what happened there, watch that film. It's an awesome film. And then of course we get the actual tease next episode, where it looks like, well, Naruto's gonna show up again, Hinata. The one person I'm kind of surprised is going to make an appearance in next episode is Tonari, the main villain of The Last. Excuse me. Yeah, he's going to make an appearance in the next episode, which is going to be called Himari's Birthday. Yep. Which is all about Himari's birthday, which is going to be interesting. Yeah, so it apparently looks like some stuff you may see from the actual Boruto film, like maybe Naruto's going to forget or something like that. He's going to be disappointed with him. But yeah, great episode. Um, they do change the opening theme for the show. Yeah, yeah. With this episode, they have a brand spanking new opening theme. It's all in the game. Yeah, where they don't show hardly any. It's not like what it was last episode. Where they show off like a good like they do show up like the entire cast of the show, like all the new characters. This one they just focus on Team Konohamaru. Yeah, it's all about them. Just jump around the village. It's a good opening theme, very good opening theme. The ending theme does show off the rest of the cast briefly, and some stuff that teases the tuning exam, like the fight between Boruto and Shikadai. That should be interesting. Also, they had this great sequence of the various characters going to show up in that very arc. Like, apparently, looks like they show off like Tamari, Gara, the other four Kage. Like anybody of the previous generation characters will probably show up in that very arc. So pretty much, it's kind of like the ending credits are just teasing the tuning exam arc, which is going to be next. And also, Mogi is probably going to be shown doing something with her team because she's only shown up like 2 or 3 times and she hasn't done all that much. Not at all. It's like Konohamaru gets more development than she does. And this is something really weird though. In this whole series so far, since of course they did the whole everybody split up the 3-man team, 3-man cells, there's not been an episode focused on her team. I mean, we do see them in a few episodes. We don't see them do pretty much anything. Now, I kind of thought that the whole team Hinabe team, I kind of thought they kind of missed opportunity to get some development of these characters. Yeah, that was missed opportunity, but maybe they may get a chance to do that in the future during the tuning exam arc. Who knows? But I am looking forward to next episode. But some of the stuff, seeing stuff with Naruto, Hinata, and Boruto, it kind of looks like stuff you saw in the Boruto film. Which, for what I know about this particular arc that's coming up, it just adapted. It's pretty much adapting Kishimoto's original script he wanted for the actual film itself, where it's actually much longer. And instead of having 2 villains, this arc had 3. And the closing credits does show off 3 of them, 3 villains, 2 of whom we saw in the actual film. The third one looks like it's a hidden leaf ninja that apparently went rogue. I don't know who this guy is, but it looks like definitely a setup for the next particular arc, which I'm looking forward to. And it looks like possibly next week is going to be a start of that particular arc. It's like the past few episodes were just set up for it. Yeah, it's kind of like starting with, let's say, episode 50 up until this one. These past 3 episodes, you can kind of call these ones the prelude to the tuning exam arc, because that's pretty much what these episodes were, just set up. Yeah. But otherwise, though, that's really it. It was a good episode. Great. I'm looking forward to the next one. And it finally looks like that the show is actually getting... I mean, right now it's much better than it was when the show first started last year. Yeah, can you believe it's been a year since the show started? Yeah. It's been like, as of next week, it will be the 53rd episode. It will mark 1 year since the show started. And the show was massively improved since the pilot. I mean, wow. Like, even if you did drop off during the Ghost arc, the series does get better. There was some good episodes during the Ghost arc. The side fact was an okay arc, but then comes the standalone episodes, which I thought were really good. I do like the filler episodes they do for this series, which mostly put just advance some of the characters, and you kind of need it for a show like this, have an occasional filler episode where they just have characters have fun, like the episode where most of the known characters, almost like all the named characters of the current generation, minus a couple other characters, go on a camping trip. I love that episode. I thought it was awesome. I don't know why some people didn't like it. I personally loved it. I thought it was a great episode. This 2-parter was great. If it had the elements of a classic Naruto episode, well, some stuff you see in Naruto Shippuden, but it felt like something that definitely did fit for the next generation era, even though it just set up for the next arc. Alright, so that's it for this particular episode. Stay tuned next week for episode 53, and it'll be Himari's birthday, and it'll kind of be the 1 year anniversary of my review of this particular series, because I've been reviewing this since the show first started last year, and who knew that the show would last this long? And they were still kind of in the first season, and it's already pretty much longer than every single season of the entire. Well, I would say of Naruto Shippuden as of right now, it's longer than every single one except for season 20, which was 66 episodes. As of currently, it could surpass the 20th season. Definitely. Yeah, it definitely could. Now, could it surpass how many episodes that both series had? I don't know. It's just a maybe. We have to find that out next year when the series hits 100 episodes. But yeah, so until it's the next video, which I do plan to do review of the last chapter for Now for Hunter x Hunter this weekend, along with new chapter for Attack on Titan. There will not be a review of One Piece, the manga, this week because it's on it's on its break this week. But there will be a review news episode, which is airing Sunday. Yep. But until we see you in the next video, bye.